Hi, my name is Beth Hiley here for Board Game Geek TV and Essen 2013. I'm sitting down with John Lopez and Ari Van Wald of Quantum Magic. You guys have brought us two games, but the first one you brought us is Bubbly, Brew, which I was having a lot of fun saying back in the office right before we started.
Bubbly Brew. Yeah.
All right. What brew are we making?
We're actually making potions. We're making potions using all sorts of different fantasy ingredients. And as you can see, all the cards have different illustrations, all in keeping with the fantasy theme. And they all have different little silly jokes. When you look at Bad Hair, for example, it's a bat with bad hair. The basic setup of the game is really simple, actually. All players share a central deck. You draw 5 cards at the beginning of the game, and then you get three options each turn. Each turn you get to draw 2 cards, play 2 ingredients, and use one of the magic cards. That's all you need to know to play. A potion is made by using 4 different type of ingredients.
They're so nicely highlighted right there at the bottom.
Yeah, nicely highlighted at the bottom. For example, when you use 4 different types of ingredients and the cards are all the same color, it's worth more points than a potion like this, for example, which has all the ingredients but
different colors.
Has ingredients of different colors. Well, that's a great game all in itself, but we decided to mix it up a little bit and use magic cards. And you can play magic cards to really, annoy your opponent, steal ingredients, switch your hand around, take an extra turn, all sorts of things to annoy your opponent, draw a card, for example. And that's basically the setup of the game. Plays really quickly, about 10 minutes, perfect lunch break for a family who is into fantasy.
How many would you be able to play in a single game? How many players?
How many players?
Yeah.
2 to 4 players.
And you guys are selling this at the fair right now, yes? Do you have an idea? Are there any plans to distribute this in the United States?
Actually, it is distributed in the United States at the moment by Southern Hobby Supplies.
Ah, all right.
And we're hoping to, of course, during the fair, get in touch with different distributors to cover the entirety of the United States as well.
Did you have a particular age group in mind? Was this aimed to be more of a kid-friendly game or just a...
Actually, the story behind the development of the game is really interesting because we have another game called Existence on the Ruins of Chaos, and that's a really a sort of combination card and board game aimed for the general fantasy public. And every time we go with that game, we take it to the fair, and every time you have parents at the fair with young children who want to play the fantasy games, but the themes are always too adult for them to have their young children play. So we decided to make this game based on that feedback, a sort of game that you can play with your young children who like fantasy, but also a game for adults who like to just have a silly good fun.
Right. So but there's enough meat in it here that an adult's going to have a good time. But enough lighthearted humor that the kids are going to have a good time.
Exactly.
I love hearing the stories behind where games come from. I find that really interesting. Well, John, thank you so much for a nice, quick, blazingly fast overview of how to play Bubbly Brew.
Thank you.